Morning. I'm just sitting around here in my little backwoods camp. Really, I'm making me a little tablespoon scooper for coffee dipping and stuff. I had made one a couple years back ago, but I was thinning it out just a little bit and trying to make it actually hold a tablespoon, and I blew the sidewall out of it, so I'm making me a new one. So, mostly the point for this video, Bob is after me to tell a story, and it's pretty funny. I'm going to get started with that in just a second. A little background on it, though. I was telling him a story about when I was a kid in Germany, and a friend of mine, John Ceramic, we went camping. It was probably one of the very first times I'd ever went camping without adult supervision, and so, like I said, we were in Germany. Didn't know the first thing about what we were doing. I think it was early spring in 7th grade, so you don't know much. But I was telling a story about that time, and so I was telling that to Bob, and he said, "You just got to tell this story." So that's what I'm going to do now. In doing so, I've got a can of the cheapest Venus sausages I could find, and they're not cheap anymore. You know that? Anyhow, I've got a can of Great Value chicken Venus sausages in chicken broth, and quite honestly, it's sacrificial. So I am going to take these and I think set them right there, just like that. Okay, and this who knows how it goes out. I hope it works with my story, but we'll see. So my story is like I said, we were in Germany. I'm an Army brat, so my dad traveled around a little bit when we were growing up. But we were in Germany as 7th grade, and a friend of mine, John Ceramic, and we were going to go do some camping at the outdoor recreation area, and didn't know the first thing about really what we were doing, but I had some stuff, family stuff, tent my dad gave me and everything, and so we gathered up some stuff. His dad drove us out there, and it was a miserable weekend. It was cold, it was wet. His dad hung around until we got the tent up, and probably didn't believe that we'd be okay or not, but because he did come by and check on us two other times after that. But so we were out there doing what kids do. We were playing. I think I remember a big set of sand dunes, or it seemed big at the time, and we were playing in that. It was kind of a neat place to play because there was some old German bunkers from World War II that were still there, so we played around in that, and we got cold. So we did have a fire going, and we didn't know the first thing about heating things up. So I stuck a can of Venus sausages in the fire to warm them up because we were cold, and just like I'm doing now. I think we also warmed up a can of Pepsi, and at the time that seemed okay, but I don't think I'd want that now. So we didn't know what we were doing. I just stuck a can of Venus sausages in the fire to warm up, and that little sausages just kept heating up, and I didn't know when to check on them, when they would be done or what. Just thought, well, we'll stick them in the fire for a while and they'll get hot. Well, just like this can here, I never cracked the seal on it, and they exploded. Boom! Now, it was directional, and it was pretty neat to me. I was a 7th grade, what is that, 12 years old maybe? So my mind's seen it just like the war videos with the screaming mini rocket launcher. these little Vienna sausages went flying. Whee! Just kind of like that. These little Vienna sausages went flying. Whee! Just kind of like that. There you see, little Vienna sausages, I don't know, 15 yards away. So after that, I thought that was a pretty cool experience, but after that, I always did it. As a teenager, you know, in the party years when you get together with your buddies and stuff, every time we went camping, I had to sacrifice a can of Vienna sausages. It was almost like you're initiating your campground, or you're initiating your space. So I always had to have I did that well into my 20s, I guess, and then I probably grew up, started seeing the waste factor of it, although still, you know, it's just a can of Vienna sausages. But at some point, I don't know, I just quit doing it. But I was telling that story to Bob, and he was just telling me, you know, you have to do this. I want to see it. I want to see how it works. So I hope I captured that. You know, I know they just went flying. They're, like I said, they're out that way. I hope I captured that experience, because it was a fun story when I was a kid. It's kind of fun to tell, and you know, Bob got a kick out of it. Since then, every time he has a can of Vienna sausages, he'll text me. He'll tell me, "So Karl, I'm having sausage rockets." So now that is the whole new name for the whole thing, sausage rockets. Because I was in 7th grade. I keep wanting to say 7 years old, and that's not the case. I was in 7th grade. I was probably 12 years old. I was freezing, and I didn't know what I was doing camping. And when they went off, I have a pretty good imagination, and all I could see was like war videos where they would launch the Screaming Mini rocket launchers. So, anyhow, that is my story. I'm going to try to salvage what's left of my fire, and I do have a second can of Vienna sausages I'm going to heat up properly. I want to have my breakfast, which is now 9:30 in the morning, which is like 4 hours beyond my breakfast time, so it might be a brunch. But got some instant grits I'm going to heat up, another can of Venus sausages, and one little egg I'm going to fry up. I might leave the camera running for a while afterwards to while I'm whittling on the spoon, but I'm having kind of a down day. I have to stay near the phone because I'm waiting for Ford to call me about my car. That's like 2 days overdue. Seems like this whole coronavirus thing, I've been having to sit next to my phone. 2 weeks at the state of Tennessee waiting to call them about my unemployment. Anyhow, it's going to get me off on another tangent, and it's not worth telling, really. The Venus sausage story was more fun to tell. So, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Okay, so here we go. Let me come around the fire ring. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This was the area where I seen one land. Little possums. Oh, look, there's one. See it? So is that 13, 14 paces from the fire? It's actually pretty good bit of distance. Anyhow, thank you guys.